to be a venue for students and professionals to produce meaningful comparative research and to promote collaborative partnerships among Korean and Philippine institutions. Also, the center serves as a university-wide hub that helps promote and develop Korean studies in the university and the country. It sponsors interdisciplinary and inter-college research and educational activities on Korean studies, as well as facilitates the training of the country's next generation of Koreanists. And to grace today's event, we have two special video messages. First, the message comes from Dr. Aimee Sue Martinez, Assistant Vice President for Academic Affairs for Internationalization and the Oil Director.
Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Good afternoon, everyone. Yonsei. Congratulations to the UP Korea Research Center for organizing the Korea Information Session this year. I would like to especially thank Dr. Kim Min-dae, the OIC Director of the UP Korea Research Center, for organizing this activity year in and year out without fail. This activity is very important to the UP community because it provides us information on the different internationalization opportunities that we can avail of in Korea. I would also like to congratulate Mr. Aldrin Aldea for recently finishing his graduate degree in Yonsei University and for having gone through the wonderful Korea experience. We hope that we will have more students having the same wonderful experience in Korea. Once again, congratulations, Aldrin. We're very proud of you. Marami pong salamat. Thank you very much. Kamsahamnida.
Thank you very much, Dr. Martinez. Next message was sent by Miss Maria Lynette Calianta, President of the Global Korea Scholarship Philippine Alumni Association, or GKS-PHAA.
Good afternoon, or annyeonghaseyo in Korean. It is my honor and pleasure to be part of the University of the Philippines Korea Research Center's 2023 Korean Studies Info Session. This is Lynette Calianta, President of the Global Korea Scholarship Philippines Alumni Association. Last March 3, the Philippines and South Korea celebrated its 74th bilateral relationship anniversary, a proof of another significant milestone between the two republics, forming an even stronger and stellar mutual relationship that transcends all barriers. The recent 2 decades prove that it is without doubt that Korean influence swept across the globe, including the Philippines through Hallyu or Korean Wave. The popularity of South Korea paved way in order for the young and brilliant Filipino scholars to pursue their educational degrees and eventually careers in South Korea. Today's Korean Studies Info Session will focus on the dissemination of relevant information on Korean scholarship applications, study in Korea procedures, and other postgraduate program-related matters. The GKS-PHAA is honored to share some basic information about the Global Korea Scholarship, or GKS. GKS is one of the most prestigious Korean scholarships that is designed to provide aspiring and eligible international students the best opportunities to study and gain practical world-class education at various higher educational institutions in Korea, both for undergraduate and graduate level. This scholarship aims to enhance international educational exchange and strengthen mutual friendship between Korea and participating countries, including the Philippines. Filipino scholars in Korea, in particular GKS scholars and alumni, are considered to be among the most active and sought-after individuals, both locally and abroad. I can confidently attest that all the extensive education, practical and pragmatic trainings each of you will be experiencing during your respective scholarship journeys will be your stepping stone in order to contribute meaningfully to our society. Personally speaking, as an individual highly interested to anything related to Korean culture, history, tourism, language, K-drama, and other popular pop culture, my journey was indeed an ilsogijo, which directly means killing two birds with one stone. Having given the opportunity to study in Korea while at the same time expand my horizon of Hallyu understanding was a fantastic and unforgettable adventure for me. Nonetheless, I sincerely wish everyone who aspires to become GKS Fellow the best of luck to your coming journey. May today's Korean Studies info session with Mr. Aldrin Joseph Aldea, a GKS Fellow, guide you in your pursuit to study in South Korea. The Global Korea Scholarship Philippines Alumni Association is with you in fulfilling this once-in-a-lifetime scholarship opportunity. To end my message, allow me to extend my warmest congratulations to Dr. Kyungmin Miyabe and the rest of the UPKRC team for hosting the successful Korean Studies info session. 감사합니다. Have a wonderful Friday to all.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lynette, for this encouraging message. And now, before we proceed to our formal program, I want to lay down some few house rules. We would like to remind our viewers of some house rules. You may send your questions and comments to our panelists throughout the event in the chat box. The questions and comments will then be read during the open forum and will be addressed by our guest speakers. We are also reminding that the whole forum is a safe space, and thus we will not tolerate any form of bullying and trolling, academic or otherwise. The organizers reserve the right to remove those who will create any disruption in any part of the program. Finally, we would also like to inform you that this event will be recorded and uploaded to the official UPKRC YouTube channel. So, before we formally begin, let me first introduce today's speaker, Mr. Aldrin Joseph Aldea. Sir Aldrin graduated with a bachelor's degree in linguistics from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. He was also an exchange student at the Korea University of Technology and Education back in 2013. He is also a 2020 GKS Graduate Scholarship Awardee, currently pursuing his master's degree in Global Economy and Strategy at the Yonsei Graduate School of International Studies in Seoul, South Korea. He is also currently the editor-in-chief of the Yonsei Journal of International Studies, a peer-reviewed academic journal based in Yonsei University. Sir Aldrin, hello po. The floor is yours.
All right. Annyeonghaseyo, everyone. Magandang hapon po sa lahat. Thank you, Bon, for that introduction. And ayan. So thank you, everyone, for joining us for today's info session. And I hope that may matutunan kayo at mapulot kayo at makatulong ako sa inyong application for scholarship to Korea. All right. So huwag na natin patagalin. Let me just share my screen. Okay. So, and good afternoon, everyone. Again, I'm Aldrin, and currently I'm pursuing my master's degree in global economy and strategy at Yonsei University in Seoul. So, kaya nga lang nabanggit ni Von, I'm a 2020 GKS scholar, and today I will be sharing my experience as a Global Korea Scholarship Awardee and also as a graduate student at Yonsei University. So for today's discussion, I will be discussing the Global Korea Scholarship, and then my experience at the Korean language program, and then my experience at Yonsei Graduate School of International Studies. So yung iba sa inyo pwedeng familiar na sa GKS, no? Pero yung iba pwedeng first time nyo pa lang na marinig. So ano nga ba yung GKS? So GKS basically is a government scholarship offered by the South Korean government. So basically the goal of this scholarship is to bring students from all over the world, bring them to Korea, and of course to help foster friendship between Korea and the participating countries. Okay, so pag sinabing scholarship, yung unang pumapasok sa isip natin, ano bang programs yung pwede natin kunin. So actually under GKS, merong undergraduate at graduate programs. But for this session, I'm just going to discuss about the graduate program. So there's a separate application period for the undergraduate programs. So for graduate programs, you can apply for a master's degree, a doctoral degree, or a research program. So for master's degree, there is 1 year of Korean language program and then 2 years of degree program. For the doctoral degree, meron kayong 1 year of Korean language program and then 3 years of degree program. And if you're planning to apply for research program naman, you can apply for a 6-month or a 1-year research program. Okay. Ayan, so ito na yung isa sa mga interesting parts. So pag sinabing scholarship, syempre gusto natin malaman what are the benefits of this scholarship. So GKS is actually a fully funded scholarship. So from airfare up to tuition, lahat yan sagot ng Korean government. So isa-isa natin yung benefits, no, para lang and ma-hype tayo sa scholarship na to. So for first, of course, sagot ng Korean government yung inyong flight from the Philippines to Korea. So sila bahalang mag-book niyan. Note lang na for those sa inyo, for example, nakatira kayo sa Mindanao or sa Visayas, hindi sagot ng GKS yung local airfare. So kailangan yung i-shoulder yun. So ang sagot lang nila is yung ticket nyo from Philippines to Korea. Then pagdating nyo dito, of course, bibigyan nila kayo ng settlement allowance. So ito yung gagamitin nyo for your basic necessities. So they will give you 200,000 won. And of course, ang pinakamalaga allowance. So for master's and doctoral degrees, they will give you 1 million Korean won. And for research programs, they will give you 1.5 million won. So just to give you an idea, 1 million won is about 42,000 pesos. And then also, sagot din ng GKS scholarship ang medical insurance. So every month, required tayo na magbayad ng insurance. So NIIED will give us a standard amount. So covered na yun yung expenses natin for the insurance. And then meron din Korean proficiency grants. So ito para to sa mga scholars na merong TOPIK level 5 or 6. So if hindi kayo familiar sa TOPIK, basically yun yung Korean language proficiency test. So kapag meron kayong level 5 or 6, makatanggap kayo every month ng 100,000 won. So dagdag yun sa inyong monthly allowance. And then they also provide research support fee. So for students na nasa liberal arts or social sciences, they will give you 210,000 Korean won. Para naman sa mga nasa natural science or engineering, they will give you for 240,000 Korean won. So ito binibigay siya kapag nasa graduate school na kayo, usually at the end of the semester. Okay. And then of course, yung language training fee tsaka yung tuition fee nyo sa grad school, sagot yan lahat ng scholarship. So wala na kayo kailangan isipin, kailangan nyo lang as mag-enroll sa mga classes at syempre pumasok sa mga classes na yun. Okay. Alright, so ngayon natin yung benefits. Ang question, pwede ba ako mag-apply for this scholarship? So these are the basic eligibility requirements para sa scholarship na to. So first of all, kailangan hindi kayo Korean citizen. Kapag ikaw o kaya yung parents nyo ay may Korean citizenship, hindi kayo pwedeng mag-apply. Educational level, if you're planning to apply for a master's degree, kailangan meron kayong bachelor's degree. Kapag doctoral degree naman, you must have a master's degree. And if you're applying for a post-doc research program, you must have a doctoral degree. Note lang na may bagong policy yung GKS na kailangan meron na kayong diploma, yung required diploma by February 20, 2023 if you're applying for this year. So, kung expecting pa lang kayo ng graduation, tapos wala pa talaga kayong diploma, hindi pa kayo officially graduate, hindi kayo pwedeng mag-apply. Alright, so punta naman tayo sa grade requirement. So basically, meron kayong kailangang i-meet na CGPA. So i-check nyo lang kung alin dito yung grading system na ginagamit ng university nyo, kung anong applicable. In case wala dito yung grading system na ginagamit sa university nyo, then check nyo kung yung grade nyo is 80% or above, no, yung score percentile. And then if ever naman na hindi umabot ng 80%, kunyari 79% lang, pero ikaw na pala yung top 1 sa class mo, then you just have to secure certification from your registrar or from your school. Sabihin nila na you're actually part of the top 20 of the class kahit na yung score mo ay hindi umabot dito sa required grades. Okay? And then age requirement, kailangan you must be under 40 years old. Or to be specific, kailangan pinanganak ka after September 1, 1983. So merong exception dito kapag academic professor ka, yung pwede kang paring mag-apply as long as you are under 45 years old. And last but not least, kailangan physically healthy. So kapag nag-apply ka for the scholarship, require ka na magpasa ng medical examinations. So kapag nakalaman nila na hindi ka physically fit or mentally fit for the scholarship, hindi ka nila tatanggapin. Okay? Okay, so ngayon alam na natin yung eligibility requirements and yung benefits. Ang kailangan naman natin ngayong isipin is anong application track yung pipiliin natin. So basically, kailangan mo pumili between embassy track or university track. So ano ba yung difference ng dalawang to? So dito muna tayo sa embassy track. So for the embassy track, we have 14 slots na allotted for the Philippines. Meaning 14 scholars yung kukunin nila. And then sa embassy track, pwede kang mag-apply to 3 universities. So at least sa tatlong yun, dapat isa ay type B university. So ano ba yung type B university? So meron kasi silang tinatawag na type A and type B universities. Basically, type A universities, usually sila yung mga nasa Seoul. Medyo competitive, no, yung application sa mga universities na to. While yung type B naman, sila yung mga regional universities. So sila yung mga usually nasa provinces. Ganyan. So kailangan doon sa tatlong universities na pipiliin mo, isa doon ay type B university. Okay? So for the embassy track, yung requirements ay directly mo ipapasa sa Korean embassy. And then, ang magiging mga kakompetensya mo, of course, ay mga applicants din from your home country. So, mga Filipinos din na nag-apply through embassy. So, dito naman tayo sa university track. So, for the Philippines, merong 31 slots. So, ang kaibahan nito sa embassy track, sa university track, you can only apply to one university. So, kailangan mo talagang pumili ng isang university. And then you're going to submit the requirements directly to your chosen university. So kailangan mong ipa-courier yung documents mo. So kailangan mo siyang ipadala sa Korea. And then ang mga kompetensya mo naman dito, of course, ay mga applicants from all over the world. So yung mga applicants from other countries na interested din dun sa university na yon, sila yung mga magiging kakompetensya mo dito. Okay? So yan. Another difference then between embassy track and university track ay yung selection process. So basically, embassy track has 3 rounds, while university track has only 2 rounds. So isa-isahin natin. For the embassy track, yung first round of selection nangyayari sa embassy. So magpapasa kayo ng requirements sa embassy, and then magka-conduct sila ng interviews. Kaya mag-schedule sila ng interviews. Pag nakapasa ka sa interview nila, and then they will be recommending you to NIIED. So NIIED will do the second round of selection. So sa NIIED, wala namang interview. Ang kailangan mo lang ay maghintay. So email ka nila if you pass the second round or not. So kapag nakapasa ka sa second round, then you move on to the third round, which is the university selection round. So remember, pumili ka ng 3 universities, di ba? So ipo-forward nila yung application mo to those universities, and then those universities will decide if they're going to accept you or not. So in order for you to get the scholarship, at least one university should accept you. Kapag wala na, pag at least, pag more than one naman yung nag-accept sa'yo, then kailangan mong mamili dun sa mga universities na yun. However, kapag walang pumili na maski isang university, unfortunately, hindi mo makukuha yung scholarship. Okay? For the university track naman, actually ako, I applied through the university track. So for the first round, nagsubmit ako ng requirements directly to Yonsei. So pina-courier ko yung requirements ko, and then naghintay ako ng email from them. I was actually waiting for them to set an interview, pero apparently hindi sila nag-i-interview ng students. So ang nangyari lang is naghintay lang ako ng email, and then one day I received an email telling me na I passed the first round of selection. So they recommended me to NIIED. So again, waiting game ulit. Hintay ulit ako mga ilang weeks for the second round selection results. And then after ng second selection results, hinintay ko na lang yung announcement. By the way, bago pala yung final announcement, i-require nila tayo na mag-medical examination. So parang yun talaga yung pinaka-last requirement. So kailangan mo lang mag-take ng mga test, tapos i-send mo sa kanila yung results para lang mapatunayan na talagang physically and mentally fit ka para sa scholarship. Right, so yung medical examination, if I'm not mistaken, for embassy track, nangyayari siya after the third round of selection. So, yan, bago yung final announcement of GKS scholars. Okay. So, ang tanong ngayon, so ano yung mas okay na track na piliin? Is it the embassy track or the university track? Ang sagot is walang better na option. Depende yan sa iyo, sa strategy mo. If you think na mas malaki yung chances mo sa embassy track, then go for it. Kung feeling mo naman, decidido ka na talaga sa university na napili mo and alam mo na kaya mo silang i-impress with your application, then go for the university track. And note lang pala no, na for the university track, hindi lahat ng universities ay walang interviews. Ikataon lang na yung in-applyan ko, which is Yonsei GSIS, hindi sila nag-i-interview. Pero for other universities, schedule sila ng interview. Yung iba through Zoom, yung iba naman via phone call. So kailangan i-check mo talaga yung phone mo or yung email mo palagi. Okay? Alright, so gaano ba katagal yung inaabot ng application process? So nag-start yung application period ng February, and then matatapos siya around late June. So kung makita nyo dito, for the embassy track, yung first round selection, matatapos siya ng March. And then i-recommend nila yung successful applicants to NIIED by early April. And then late April, lalabas ng NIIED yung decision nila. And then ipapasa nila sa mga universities. And then by late May, magde-decide naman yung mga schools kung sino yung mga scholars na tatanggapin nila. For the university track, if mapapansin nyo, medyo mas late sila mag-release since hinihintay pa ng NIED yung na matapos yung deadline ng mga universities kasi magkakaiba yan eh. So iba hanggang April pa open yung applications, yung iba medyo mas maaga. So yan. Pero yung announcement of final successful candidates, lahat yan ay mangyayari by late June. So i-release na NIED yung results sa Study in Korea website. Right, so ito isa sa mga pinakamadugong part ng application process. Basically, yung mga requirements, meron tayong tatlong types ng documents na kailangan ipasa. So yung first type is yung documents to complete, or basically yung mga forms na kailangan i-fill out. So una na dyan, syempre yung form 1. Ito yung application form. So dito yung mga basic info nyo, pati yung grades, kailangan nyo siyang ilagay dito. So form 2, personal statement, basically this is an essay. Kailangan yung sabihin dito bakit kayo yung karapat-dapat na makuha for the scholarship. Kailangan sabihin yung motivations nyo for applying, ano yung future plans nyo for your career, ano yung mga achievements nyo, ano yung mga work experience nyo. So remember lang na meron siyang limit. So kailangan talaga na pag-isipan natin mabuti kung ano ilalagay natin dito. Kasi, like for example, for me, wala akong interview. So, ito lang talaga yung chance ko para ipakilala yung sarili ko, para, alam niyo yun, ibenta yung mga achievements ko, credentials ko para sa scholarship na to. So, alright. So, Form 3 study plan. Ito naman, basically, ito yung mga plano nyo kung paano kayo mag-aaral ng Korean language, ano yung mga subjects na iti-take nyo pagdating nyo ng grad school. So, you just have to give them an idea kung ano ba yung mga topics na balak nyo gawan ng research, ano ba yung mga, yung mga classes na gusto nyo i-take. So, and then for Form 4, research proposal, ito required lang siya for those applying for the research program. So ito yung kailangan na talaga ng written proposal with objectives, methodology, etc. And then Form 5, letter of recommendation. So originally, dalawang letter of recommendation yung hinihingi ng NIED, but lately, pinalitan nila, ginawa nila isa na lang. Pero yung ibang universities, require pa rin nila ay dalawang recommendation letters. So just to be sure, check with the university na gusto yung apply, no, kung ilan yung nire-require nilang recommendation letter. Or better yet, dalawa na lang talaga yung hingin yung recommendation letter para safe, diba? And then Form 6, letter of invitation. Ito again for research program applicants only. So prior to applying to GKS, kailangan nag-reach out na kayo to professors in Korean universities. Kailangan nyo makahanap ng parang magiging advisor nyo for your research. So, isa siyang requirement for this research program. And then Form 7, 8, and 9. So basically, these are just forms na kailangan nyo i-fill out. May mga check boxes lang dyan and kailangan nyo i-sign. And then this forms, ng mga form na to, by the way, ay makikita nyo or madadownload nyo siya dun sa Study in Korea website. So nandun din yung complete guidelines regarding the scholarship, also yung list ng universities at saka ng majors na pwede nyong pagpilian. Alright, and then for the second type of documents na kailangan natin i-submit, ito yung mga certificates or required certificates. So ang kaibahan lang nito, of course ito hindi natin kailangan i-fill out, and then kailangan apostilled sila or confirmed by the consular office. So ano ba yung apostilled? So pwede yung iba hindi pa masyadong familiar. So basically ano lang siya, kailangan siyang i-authenticate ng DFA consular office. So kailangan nyo mag-book ng schedule with them, tapos dali nyo yung documents nyo, and then they will give you like a certification na katunayan na authentic yung document na ipapasa nyo. Okay, so for this type of document, basically tatlo lang yata yung required dito for every applicant. So una na dyan yung applicants or parents proof of citizenship. So for this one, pwede na yung birth certificate since naka-indicate naman doon yung relationship nyo with your parent at saka yung citizenship nyo. Okay? And then another required document is yung graduation certificate or yung diploma. So again, depende kung anong ina-applyan yung program. If you're applying for a master's degree, kailangan nyo lang ng bachelor's diploma. Pero if you're applying for a higher program, like say, for example, doctoral degree, you have to submit your master's degree diploma and also your bachelor's degree diploma. All right? And then, of course, kailangan nyo rin ng transcript of records, so yung mga grades. Okay, so itong mga documents, relevant lang siya for certain applicants, so hindi natin siya kailangan isa-isahin. Pero check nyo na lang if it's applicable for you, then ayun. Okay, and then last but not the least, the third type of documents ay yung optional documents. So ito, hindi porket optional siya, hindi natin siya kailangan bigyan ng pansin. Kasi actually dito nagkakatalo madalas yung mga applicants. So if meron kayong valid TOPIK score, again, TOPIK is Test of Proficiency in Korean, or meron kayong English proficiency test like IELTS, TOEFL, or TOEIC, ayan, pwede nyong isama sa application nyo yung copy ng inyong scores. So in my case, nung panahon na nag-apply ako, wala kasi akong TOEIC score nun. So I decided na mag-take ng TOEFL. So ayan, so hindi naman kayo makapag-take ng exams. I think yung ginagawa naman ng iba, humihingi sila ng parang certification from their registrar na certification na yung medium of instruction nila sa school ay English. Okay, so if ever meron din kayong mga awards or other certificates, like for example, may mga inatinan kayong seminars or forum, katulad nito, especially if related siya sa Korea or dun sa field na gusto nyong applyan, ayan, feel free na isama nyo siya kasi nakatulong din siya. And also, if meron kayong mga published papers or mga articles na na-publish, for example, pwede nyo rin isama dito yung kahit hindi yung buong copy ng paper or kahit yung abstract lang. So, pwede na din yan. And then lastly, if meron na kayo passport, then you can also include a copy of it in your application. Okay, some points to remember pag magpapasa ng documents. So if you're planning to apply via embassy track, then you have to submit one set of original documents and then 3 sets of photocopies. Kasi remember, you're applying to 3 universities, so kailangan nila ng 3 sets ng photocopies. Kapag sa university track naman kayo, kailangan nyo lang mag-submit ng isang set ng original documents. Again, emphasize ko lang na yung required certificates, yung diploma, yung transcript nyo, at saka yung birth certificate must be apostilled. So, bawal yung notarized lang or certified true copy. So, hindi na tatanggapin. And also, tip lang din dito, no? Since magpapa-apostle na rin kayo, I suggest na magpa-apostle kayo ng, nagdagan nyo na rin siguro mga 3 copies kasi kakailanganin nyo rin siya pag dating nyo sa Korea. Kapag pumasok kayo ng grad school, may mga universities na nag-require na mag-submit ulit kayo ng apostilled copy ng diploma nyo. And then also, minsan kapag sa immigration din, pag magpa-process kayo ng visa, minsan required din nila yan. So, better na meron kayong extra copies with you. Nangyari kasi sa akin, pagdating ko dito, wala akong dalang extra copy. So, nung kailangan ko nang mag-submit, nagpalakad patuloy ako sa isang friend ko dyan sa Pilipinas. So, yan, para maiwasan yung ganong hassle, damihan nyo na yung papa-apostle nyo. And then, all documents must be submitted in English or Korean. So, ito hindi na masyadong problem since karamihan naman sa documents natin sa Pilipinas are in English. So, hindi naman problem. Pero in case lang, halimbawa yung diploma nyo is in Filipino, kailangan nyo lang humingi ng certification from your registrar or ng certified translation from your registrar, and then kailangan nyo i-attach yun dun sa document bago nyo ipa-apostle. Okay? And then lastly, all documents submitted to NIIED will not be returned in any case. So yan, kung magsasubmit kayo ng mga award certificates nyo, yung mga documents na hindi na pwedeng i-reissue, ayan, remember na hindi na yan makakabalik sa inyo. So make sure na photocopy lang yung isisend nyo. Alright, so let's say for example, nag-submit kayo ng requirements and nakapasa kayo at nakuha nyo yung scholarship, ano na yung next steps? So, kailangan nyo gawin, of course, is hintayin yung invitation letter and other documents na isasend sa inyo ng NIIED. Kasi kailangan nyo yun for visa application. And then, apply for visa. Note lang na yung Korean Embassy, nagre-require din sila ng medical exam, usually X-ray. So, and meron lang silang accredited na hospital. So, take note of that. Para kapag nagpa-medical kayo for the GKS application, isahan na lang. So, kung anong hospital yung accredited ng Korean Embassy, doon na kayo magpagawa ng test nyo para hindi na kayo magdoble ng gastos. Kasi yung iba, parang nagpa-test sila sa isang clinic, apparently hindi pala siya accredited or hindi siya ina-acknowledge ng Korean Embassy. So, kailangan nila ulit magpa-test ng isa pa. And then kapag okay na yung visa nyo, you just have to wait for your flight ticket details. Usually, NIIED naman yung nagpa-process nito. They will just coordinate with you kung kailan yung flight schedule na preferred nyo. Tapos sila na yung bahalang mag-book ng ticket for you. note lang pala for this, usually yung flight nyo is around late August since yung start ng classes ay September. Okay. So pag okay na, you will fly to Korea and then start your Korean language program. Bago pa kayo mag-start, you will have to take the placement exam. Kung meron na kayong konting knowledge about Korean, kailangan nyo mag-take ng exam para alam nila kung saang level nila kayo ilalagay. If ever naman na total beginner talaga kayo, and then sabihin nyo lang dun sa coordinator so that hindi mo na kailangan mag-exam and you just have to start from level 1. Okay, so that's it for the GKS application. If you have any questions or may mga info ako na na-miss, pwede nyo i-check yung website nila, yung studyinkorea.go.kr for the complete application guidelines. And may mga frequently asked questions din doon, baka may mga masagot yung mga tanong niyo. Okay? And if questions kayo, of course, you can ask those questions later. Okay, so let's move on to the next part. Right. So at this point, I would like to share naman yung experience ko sa Korean language program. So ano ba yung mga dapat nyong i-expect sa Korean language program? So I actually did my Korean language classes sa Daejeon University. It's in southern part ng Korea, mga around 1 to 2 hours siguro from Seoul, depende kung anong train yung sasakyan mo. And then, okay, so kapag mag-start ka sa language class, of course, if you're starting from level 1, ang aaralin nyo doon is yung Korean alphabet, yung mga pronunciation ng mga letters, yung mga basic greetings, etc. And then, i-cover nyo lahat ng aspects ng language from reading, writing, listening, and of course, speaking. And then, note lang for Korean language classes, yung mga teachers nyo ay in Korean lang sila magsasalita. So, yung medium of instruction is Korean. So, kahit hindi kayo marunong mag-Korean, i-Korean nila kayo. So, the purpose of that is para masanay kayo yung tenga nyo na makinig ng Korean. So, mostly yung classmates nyo, of course, are also foreigners. May iba na GKS students, may iba na regular students lang. So, yan. Requirements. So, of course, merong exams. May grammar exam, may listening exam, may writing exam. Kailangan nyo siyang ipasa para makamove on kayo sa next level. Okay. And then, as you go to a higher level, of course, mas humihirap din yung mga requirements na ginagawa nyo sa klase. So, pag sa umpisa, mga shell lang ng mga conversations. Kapag umabot na kayo ng mga level 3, you will start doing oral presentations. So, kailangan nyo gumawa ng PowerPoint. Tapos, kailangan nyo siyang i-present in Korean. So, yung mga topics usually about your culture, about your country, introduce mo yung food from your country, yung mga holidays from your country, your hobbies. Madadali lang naman na topics. And then, pag umabot na kayo ng mga level 5, siguro, ayan yan, mas mahirap na magkakaroon na kayo ng mga debate. So, kailangan nyo mag-debate in Korean. Ayan. So, ito yung some photos from my Korean language class. Okay, so meron din, of course, mga culture classes. So, hindi lang puro language yung inaaral. So, usually yung mga ibang Sonsengnim, in-incorporate na nila yung culture class sa mismong language class. So, may mga games, ganyan, may mga papanoorin kayong videos, yan. Pero may iba naman ng mga language school na talagang nag-organize sila ng mga separate activities, events. Like this one, parang gumawa kami dito ng bibimbap. So yeah, technically, pinaghalo-halo lang namin yung mga ingredients tapos kinain din namin yung ginawa namin. And then, of course, my personal favorite siguro na yung field trips. So, may mga KRI din na nag-organize ng mga field trip. So, medyo marami din kaming napuntahan dito. Ang kagandahan pa dyan is free siya. So, wala kayong kailangan gastusin from transportation, accommodation, food. lahat yun sagot nung language school. So in my case, yung mga field trips namin, usually 2 to 3 days siya. So nag-stay kami sa hotel, tapos ayun, so provided din yung bus, papunta tsaka pabalik. Ayan, and note lang din, no, so yung field trips, depende yan sa Korean Language Institute na mapupuntahan ninyo. So I heard may ibang mga KLI na hindi nag-organize ng field trip. May iba naman na nag-organize ng field trip pero within Seoul lang. So ako, fortunately, yung napuntahan kong KLI, nag-organize ng field trips outside Seoul. So yung pinakamalayong narating namin, I think, is sa Goje, somewhere south, sa baba ng Seoul, ng Busan. Ayan, so I'm not sure if it's because of the pandemic, kasi yung panahon na yon medyo mahirap talaga na mag-organize ng field trips, pero hopefully kapag turn nyo na mag-KLP, mas active na sila sa pag-organize ng mga field trips. Oops. Okay, so of course hindi lang puro fun tayo sa language school, although sobrang masaya talaga yung language school. Pero sadly may mga requirements tayo na kailangan nating i-meet. So kailangan natin na makapasa ng TOEIC level 3 or higher within the 1-year language program period. So ito, basic requirement to for all GKS scholars. Note lang na may ibang university na nag-require na mas mataas na TOEIC yung makuha ninyo bago kayo makapunta sa degree program. Like, for example, yung iba kailangan TOEIC 4. So kahit maka-TOEIC 3 ka na, hindi ka makakaalis sa KLP hanggat di ka nakaka-TOEIC level 4. In case naman, halimbawa, within your first 6 months of learning Korean, nakapasa ka na agad ng TOEIC level 5 or level 6, then pwede ka na mag-start ng degree program mo the following semester. So hindi mo na kailangan tapusin yung natitira mo pang 6 months sa language school. Okay? And then what if paano kapag hindi naman ako nakapasa ng TOEIC level 3? So sad to say, it will result to the cancellation of the scholarship. Pero don't worry, kasi karamihan naman sa mga KLI, nagbibigay sila ng option para mag-extend ka for another term. Given na ma-meet mo yung minimum TOEIC score. Like for example, ang TOEIC level 3 kasi ay kailangan makakuha ka ng 120 points. So for example, ang nakuha mo lang is 90 points. Pwede ka pa rin mag-extend sa language school or another term basta makakuha ka ng score na at least 80, for example. So kapag na-hit mo yung minimum score kahit hindi ka umabot ng level 3, bigyan ka nila ng chance para mag-extend for another term. Yun nga lang, since hindi na siya covered ng scholarship, kailangan mong i-shoulder yung ibang expenses. Like for example, yung tuition mo sa language school. And I heard na from people na nag-extend, parang kinaltas na lang yata sa allowance nila yung bayad for the language school. Okay. And then after 1 term, kapag hindi ka pa rin nakapasa ng TOEIC level 3, sorry pero kailangan mo na talagang bumalik sa country mo, sa Pilipinas. Pero wag kayong matakot, kasi meron ako ding mga kilala na talagang nagsimula sila from zero. Kasi wala silang alam about the Korean language, but then they were able to pass TOEIC level 3 or even higher, within just 6 months. Alright, so that was my experience sa Korean language program. Ngayon naman, I'm going to share some of my experiences sa graduate school at Yonsei. Okay, so bigyan ko lang ng konting background about my university. So, ito siya. So, kung may mga K-drama fans sa inyo, siguro familiar yung iba sa mga buildings dito kasi naging shooting locations or filming locations din siya ng mga ilang drama. I think yung Reply 1994 and Snowdrop in True Beauty yata. Ayun, parang sabi ng friends ko. So yeah, of course, aside from being a popular drama filming location, so Yonsei is known for being a member of the Sky Universities. So Sky Universities, basically sila yung tatlong sinasabing most prestigious universities in South Korea. So yun yung Seoul National University, Korea University, and Yonsei University. And also this year, no, so Yonsei ranked 73rd sa QS World University Rankings, and it ranked first among Asian private universities. Okay, so currently I am enrolled under the Yonsei Graduate School of International Studies. So iba sa inyo baka hindi masyadong familiar, ano ba yung inaaral dyan sa International Studies? So ito yung mga degrees na pwede nyo kunin under International Studies. So we have Korean Studies and Global Studies. And under Global Studies, you can major in International Cooperation or International Trade, Finance, and Management. Okay, so we offer master's degree and doctoral degree. So ako currently ang pinupurso ko is Master of Global Economy and Strategy. So yung major ko is International Trade, Finance, and Management. So ano ba yung mga specifically yung mga inaaral dito sa mga majors na to? So if you're a Korean Studies major, so pag-aaralan nyo Korean History, Society and Culture, Politics, Economy. And if you're International Cooperation major, then ito yung mga fields of concentration na pwede nyong kunin. You have Foreign Policy, Security, Law and International Law and Organizations, etc. If you're majoring naman in ITFM, so ito yung mga fields of concentration. You have International Trade and Economic Development, Global Finance and Economy, and Global Strategy. Okay. So ang tanong ngayon, so ano ba yung pwede kong gawin sa degree ko with international studies? So ano ba yung mga pwedeng career opportunities na pwede kong makuha in the future in case mag-decide ako na mag-pursue ng international studies degree. So just to give you an idea, ito yung mga industries or mga fields na pwede nyo pasukan. So currently dito nagtatrabaho yung mga alumni ng Yonsei GSIS. So of course pwede kang magtrabaho sa international organizations like World Bank, UN, yan. Of course sa iba-ibang mga embassies. Pwede ka rin magtrabaho for a domestic government organization or public sector organization. So if you're familiar with COICA, yung mga public sector organizations. And also work for the media or the press, yung mga sikat na mga production companies like SM Entertainment, yung mga sikat na TV stations like KBS, NBC, SBS, etc. And then if you're into banking and finance, pwede ka rin mag-work for investment banks like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and so on. And then domestic corporations, if you plan to stay in Korea after you graduate at maghanap ng work dito, you can apply to this domestic corporations. So nandiyan yung mga sikat na Korean conglomerates like Samsung, Hyundai, and LG, and mga chaebol. So we also have accounting, consulting companies, and international corporations, and of course, last but not the least, you can also pursue a career in academia. Okay. Alright, so probably curious kayo, ano ba yung mga dapat kong i-expect, ano ba yung student life sa grad school, specifically sa Yonsei. So, yan, share ko lang yung mga experiences ko regarding academics. So, first of all, yung course format. So, hindi naman siya masyadong naiba sa format ng mga classes natin dyan sa Pilipinas. So, typically, lecture type discussions yung nangyayari. And then yung medium of instruction, depende yun sa major mo. Of course, if you're majoring in Korean studies, most of your classes or all of your classes will be in Korean. If you're majoring naman in like, say, global studies, then yung classes mo will be in English. So sa ibang universities, may mga tinatawag na hybrid. No? May, yung iba, yung readings nila o yung mga books na ginagamit nila are in English, tapos yung mga papers na sinusulat nila are also in English. Pero yung classes nila are in Korean. So ito rin importanteng consideration nito kapag namimili kayo ng university kapag mag-a-apply kayo for GKS, kasi kailangan alamin nyo kung yung medium of instruction ba doon sa course na gusto nyo ay Korean lang or halo or English lang. Kasi may mga kilala ko na sobrang nagulat na lang sila nung nalaman nila na parang all Korean pala yung mga klase nila. Okay, so class schedule. So for this semester, I'm taking 4 classes. So each class is 3 hours long. So once a week lang kami nag-meet, pero 3 hours yung class. Tapos Monday to Fridays lang yung classes. Saturday, Sunday, walang pasok. Tapos we follow the typical 2-semester academic calendar year. So we have the spring semester from March to June. And then yung fall semester from September to December. So every after semester, meron kayong 2 months na break, yung summer break, tsaka yung winter break. Okay. Then course requirements, again, depende siya sa major nyo, pero usually may mga classes na yung usual na requirements nila ay exams, course assignments, essays. May mga classes naman na yung final requirement lang nila is term paper. Habang yung ibang classes naman, usually mga team projects or group presentations yung kanilang requirement. So, depende talaga siya sa kung anong classes yung tinitake nyo. Then, student bodies, since this is a international studies department, so expected na maraming foreigners. So, actually, about 30% lang ng student population ang Korean, and then 70% ay mga foreigners. So, marami from China and the US, pero marami ding mga from different parts of the world. Meron from Europe, Africa, and other parts of Asia. Okay, tapos faculty. Most of the professors are Korean, pero karamihan sa kanila, they earn their degree in a university in the States. Tapos karamihan din sa kanila ay nag-work or nagturo sa mga international organizations like UN, like ADB, and other international government organizations. Okay. So, syempre hindi naman puro aral lang tayo dapat. So, kailangan natin may extracurricular activities. So, at Yonsei GSIS, we have student-led organizations. So, isa na dyan yung Yonsei Journal of International Studies. Basically, we publish academic journals. So, medyo academic pa rin siya, pero alam mo yun, extracurricular activity din siya. And then we also have Novacia as a magazine publication arm. So they publish magazines, and they also produce other types of digital content like podcasts and YouTube videos. And then meron din, of course, GSA, yung Graduate Student Association, basically para siyang student council. So sila yung mga nag-organize ng mga events, ng mga ibang activities within the department. Then we also have hobby groups. Ito yung mga small groups lang, no, na talagang parang may chat group lang kayo, tapos kung depende sa kung ano yung hobbies nyo, yun yung gagawin nyo. So for example, you're interested in board games, merong hobby group for board games. If you're interested in hiking or music, or etc. So we also have language exchange groups. So if you would like to improve your English or Korean language skills, pwede kayong sumali sa mga groups na to. And then we also have other activities like campus tours para sa mga new students. May game night. Nung panahon ko, nung first semester ko, yung game night namin is via Discord lang since nga pandemic. Pero I think this semester, offline na siya, face-to-face na. So mas masaya. So we also have gala night. Basically, it's a year-end party. So typically, dinner siya, then you get to mingle with other Yonsei GSI students. Okay, so ito naman, so yung tanong ng iba sa atin, no, siguro, pwede ba akong mag-work while studying? Kasi since masters nga, and then medyo may mga free time naman tayo. So the answer is yes, pero merong restrictions. Technically, bawal tayong mag-work kapag under tayo ng GKS scholarship. Unless yung work na yon is within the university or within your department. So ano ba yung mga work lang na pwede natin gawin? Like for example, sa Yonsei GSIS, we have teaching assistant or office assistant positions. So basically, teaching assistant, gagawin mo dito is magiging secretary ka or parang executive assistant ng isang professor. So, tulungan mo siya with checking of attendance. Ikaw yung magpo-proctor kapag may midterm exams or final exams. And minsan papagawin ka ng PowerPoint, yung mga ganong tasks. And then office assistant, kaibahan lang, mag-work ka sa isang particular office. So same lang din, admin work yung gagawin mo dito. Sasagot ka ng emails, prepare ka ng mga documents, etc. And then for students naman, yung mga nasa natural sciences or yung mga engineering majors, usually meron silang lab work and they also get paid for it. So ayun, kung yung field nyo naman is science, math, and technology, so yun, pwede kayo rin mag-avail ng ganong mga klaseng opportunities. And then we also have paid positions sa mga student organizations. Like for example, ito sa Novacia, they're hiring for, they're looking for media producers and editors, etc. So may mga organizations kasi na funded by the department. So meron silang mga positions na paid. So nakatanggap kayo ng scholarship money. So meron din mga organizations naman na para talagang regular org lang na member ka lang and yun. And then lastly, paid internships. Okay, so yung tanong ng iba sa atin, pwede bang mag-internship while under the scholarship? So ang sagot is pwede, pero pwede ka lang mag-paid internship kapag bakasyon, meaning kapag summer vacation and winter vacation. Kapag during the semester, pwede kang mag-internship pero dapat unpaid siya. Okay? So if you're after the exposure, the experience, and maybe connections, then by all means go for the unpaid internships. Pero kung kailangan mo ng extra income or ng extra money, then try looking for paid internships kapag bakasyon. Kagandahan pala sa Yonsei GSIS, we have what we call Career Development Center. So basically, they help students na maghanap ng mga internship programs, and they help you also with your CV. They also conduct some mock interviews, and then organize lecture series. Nag-invite sila ng mga alumni or ng mga speakers from different fields, both from public sector and private sector, para to share their experiences with the students looking for internships. Ayun, I think that's it for my presentation. Pero let me just take this opportunity to share then yung aming call for papers. Ayan. So as I mentioned kanina, I am part of the Yonsei Journal of International Studies. So konting background lang. So Yonsei Journal, or also known as the PEAR Journal, is a peer-reviewed academic journal. So it's a biannual publication, meaning we publish twice a year. So far we have published 28 issues. So we have the spring summer issue every June, and then the fall winter issue every December. So ano ba yung mga topics na pinapublish namin? So basically anything as long as it's under the field of international studies. So later may kita niyo yung mga examples ng mga papers na pinapublish namin. And then we're open to all scholars from all over the world. So hindi ka kailangang student ng GSIS or even hindi ka kailangang affiliated sa any educational institution. Basta mayroon kang paper na pwede mong isubmit and ma-meet niya yung mga requirements namin, then you're welcome to be a contributor to our journal. So ito yung mga examples ng mga papers na pinapublish namin. Kaya as you can see, iba-iba, merong about security, international relations, merong about activism, merong mga book reviews, even about rock music in South Korea. Actually, itong paper na to, yung sa lower left, yung The March to Immunity or Impunity, si Carlos Begalio is actually an undergrad student from UP Diliman. So yan, he was able to publish his paper, I think last semester. Alright, so yan, currently open yung applications or yung call for papers namin for our spring summer issue. So ang deadline niya is March 15, 12 p.m. So 11 a.m. yan dyan sa Pilipinas. So I encourage you na mag-submit ng mga papers nyo if meron kayo academic papers na related to international studies. This is a good opportunity, no, para ma-edit yung papers nyo. So we do rounds of we do 2 rounds of intensive editing. So we look at the format and also the content of the paper. And then, of course, it's an opportunity para makapag-publish kayo ng paper sa isang academic journal. So our journal is published by the Yonsei University Press. Okay. So beneficial to, especially for students who are planning to build a career sa academia. If you're planning to pursue PhD in the future, so this is a good stepping stone for you. So if you're interested, you can check out our website, theyonseijournal.com, for additional details. Nakita nyo dyan yung mga guidelines as well, yung mismong application form. And also malaking tulong dito if you're planning to apply for GKS maybe next year. So remember yung mga optional na papers, pwede nyo siyang isama doon. Pwede nyo ilagay din yung abstract nyo, tapos pwede nyo ilagay yung link kasi yung mga pinapublish namin ay meron ding digital copy, so you can check them sa website na to. Okay, so I think that's it for my presentation, and I hope may napulot kayo, may natutunan kayo, and if you have any questions, and feel free to ask them. Thank you.
And thank you very much, Sir Aldrin, for a very passionate and insightful presentation. Now we open for the floor for the open forum. To our audience, questions and comments may be posted on the chat box for our attendees on Zoom and in the comment section for our viewers on YouTube. Sir Aldrin may address them and discuss further. May we invite again Sir Aldrin on the screen?
Ayan. Okay.
Ayan. Sir Aldrin, for our first question from Bernard Razote here in Zoom, what advice can you give for the people who want to apply to a master's or PhD that is not the same with their previous educational background?
Okay. Thanks, Bernard, for that question. I think applicable din siya sa akin, ano, kasi yung bachelor's degree ko talaga linguistics, tapos I applied for an international studies degree. Although hindi naman siya masyadong nalalayo, pero hindi siya directly related. So, ang advice ko lang na mabibigay siguro, yung sa personal statement, so isa yun sa mga pwede nyong gawin o pwede nyong gamitin na platform para i-justify kung bakit kayo nag-change ng career. Kasi ang nangyari ang ginawa ko actually for my personal statement, pinakita ko doon na kahit na hindi aligned yung background ko, yung bachelor's ko sa gusto kong applyan na bagong field, pinakita ko doon na meron akong alam sa field na yon. Like for example, nilagay ko doon na bakit gusto mag-aral sa Korea. So sinabi ko na I think Korea has an interesting history of foreign relations. So binanggit ko doon na after World War II, no, Korea was actually one of the poorest countries in Asia. Mas mahirap pa sila kesa sa Pilipinas, pero in just after, like within a generation lang nakabangon sila, and now they're a developed country. So nilagay ko doon na dahil yon mostly sa foreign policies na ginawa nila back then. Remember nung 1960s, ayan, parang nag-normalize sila ng relations with Japan, and they boosted their relations with the USA. And in turn, nakatanggap sila ng mga technical assistance, ng mga foreign aid na ginamit nila para makabangon. So bumaggit ako ng mga facts, ng mga data, alam mo yan. So hindi ko lang basta sinabi na gusto kong mag-aaral sa Korea kasi I think marami ako matututunan. So parang pinakita ko doon na meron na talaga akong alam and talagang passionate ako about that field, na kahit hindi siya aligned dun sa previous na na field ko, mayroon talaga akong alam. So therefore, dapat dapat nila akong i-consider for the scholarship. So yan. So kaya lagi kong in-emphasize yung importance ng personal statement kasi hindi nyo alam kung may interview ba kayo or hindi, especially if university track yung pipiliin nyo. Kagaya ko na wala akong interview. So yun lang talaga yung chance ko para ma-showcase kung ano yung alam ko regarding that field. So yan. Yan lang yung advice ko. Pagbutihin nyo yung personal statement. I think may mga workshops na kinoconduct yung GKS alumni, GKS PH Alumni Association. So pwede nyo check yung mga videos nila.
Okay, Sir Aldrin, this is from Ian Lebao through YouTube. I think na-mention niyo na rin po pero magandang i-repeat ko na lang. Ilang percent po na naging class nyo ang na-take nyo in Korean? And mahirap po ba ang classes in Korean kahit na nag-language school na?
I think nabanggit ko na nga siya kanina na yung lahat ng classes ko sa grad school, lahat English since yung major ko ay Global Studies. So wala akong na-take na classes in Korean except doon sa language school kasi in Korean nga yan. So, ayan.
Okay po, thank you for that. Dito naman po sa Zoom, an anonymous participant asked, in your opinion po, would it be better to gather some work experience first before we apply for the GKS scholarship? Meron po ba itong significant bearing during the selection process?
Ayan, good question. No? I think hindi naman siya required. Hindi siya required na meron kang work experience kapag nag-apply ka for GKS. Pero makakatulong siya if kagaya nga nung sa situation ko na iba yung bachelor's ko sa ina-applyan ko na master's degree. So actually, nag-work ako, bago ako nag-apply for GKS, nag-work ako for the Philippine Navy and for DFA. So yung mga work na ginawa ko doon, yun yung related talaga sa international relations, international studies. So malaking tulong talaga siya, I think, dun sa application ko. Kasi hindi naman ako pwedeng mag-submit ng mga papers ko from link kasi hindi naman siya related sa international studies masyado. So I think nakatulong siya in my case. Pero I know people din naman na nag-apply sila right after they graduated from college. So wala talaga silang work experience. Pero nakuha naman sila sa scholarship. So I don't think na kailangan siya talaga. Pero if kagaya niyo ako na mag-shift ka from a different field to another, then I think it's really helpful.
Okay po. Another question po from Demi Bautista here in Zoom. Do you have any advice or tips about the pocket money and other essentials we can bring to Korea upon settlement?
Pocket money, siguro magdala lang kayo ng enough nyo na money for siguro mga, just to be sure, siguro mga 1 month. So, ang naalala ko, dinala ko ng mga siguro mga 10,000 pesos. Tapos, yan, pocket money. Kasi hindi naman agad na mabibigay yung settlement allowance nyo. So, para sure lang na hindi kayo maubusan ng budget. So, safe na magdala na kayo ng allowance.
Okay, so Sir Aldrin, I think you can answer this in one go. I'll be asking like 2 questions. During breaks, like summer and winter breaks, are we allowed to fly back home or must we stay in Korea until we finish our degree? And also, do you have any maintaining grades in GSIS?
Okay, so good question. Regarding dun sa kung pwedeng umuwi, yes, pwede tayong umuwi kapag winter and summer breaks. May kailangan lang tayo ipasa ng mga forms sa school natin. Pero yan, pwede tayong umuwi. Take note lang na kapag lumagpas ka ng, I think, 30 days na wala ka sa Korea, mababawasan yung scholarship mo. So kapag lumabas ka ng Korea ng less than 30 days, you will get your scholarship in full pa rin kahit na wala ka sa Korea. Pero kapag lumagpas ka ng 30 days, mababawasan siya. So note nyo lang that. And then, what was the other question?
The anonymous participant asked po if there are any maintaining grades in
Okay.
GSI.
Yes, makita nyo siya actually dun sa website ng GSIS. No? I think ang grading system kasi na ginagamit namin is 4.3 scale. So, kailangan maka at least 3.0 yung grade mo. So, that's around mga 82% lang naman. So, hindi naman siya gano'ng kataas. So, same lang din siya actually nung maintaining grade for, or nung required grade for GKS.
Okay, sir. I think this is the last question. The rest of the questions kasi are like already answered before we went here to the open forum. The question is it possible na magkaroon po ng multiple sidelines based doon sa binigay niyo pong work opportunities?
Yes, of course, totally possible naman siya na marami. Kasi mag-a-apply ka naman doon. So if matanggap ka sa lahat, then good for you, di ba? So may kilala ko na nag-TA na siya or teaching assistant tapos member pa siya ng isang organization. Ang take note lang no, for dun sa teaching assistant position saka sa office assistant positions, mas preferred nila talaga na fluent ka in both English and Korean. So if hindi ka masyadong fluent in Korean, then mas less yung chances mo na makuha yun. Pero yes, possible naman na multiple sidelines.
Okay po. Last two questions. Do you still have allowances during summer or winter break? And also from our Rog Evangelio from YouTube. He would like to ask, saan daw po better to apply through embassy track or university track? I want to like deepen that. Sa tingin niyo po, alin yung mas efficient at mas mas efficient na track na i-take in terms of taking the scholarship or applying for the scholarship?
Kung mas efficient, siguro university track kasi mas konti yung rounds eh. Parang dalawa lang. You just apply directly to the university and then just wait for them to schedule an interview. And then after nun, hintay mo lang yung results and then forward nila yun sa NIED. And then hintay ka lang ulit and then basically that's it. Kapag nag-embassy track ka kasi kailangan mo mag-apply sa embassy. Tapos pag interview, I think kailangan mo pumunta mismo sa embassy for the interview. Tapos after nun, NIED and then may 3 universities pa. Ang advantage lang talaga no embassy track, 3 yung pwede mong pagpilian. But then, given kasi na very in demand yung scholarship na to sa Pilipinas, so I think mas competitive talaga yung embassy track kasi sobrang daming gustong mag-apply. So if gusto mo taasan yung chances mo na makuha sa isang university or na makuha sa scholarship, siguro pwede kang pumili ng isang university no, na tingin mo aligned doon sa major mo, na aligned doon sa gusto mong i-take na field, pero hindi masyadong in demand. Kasi marami namang universities na pagpipilian, hindi lang lahat, hindi lang basta iilan lang. So pwede, kailangan lang talaga gawin is mag-research ka, alamin mo kung anong universities yung nag-offer, kung ano yung universities na may specialty na align dun sa major mo. Tapos, yun yung halapin mo, tapos try mo dun na mag-apply. Pero kung competitive ka naman, edi try mo mag-embassy track.
Thank you po, Sir Aldrin. Now, second to the last question po, from Prince Diego Rizal. What is your advice daw po sa pagtitake ng notes in the Korean language lessons?
Well, ang ginagawa ko kapag nag-take down ng notes, mag-notes ka rin in Korean. As much as possible, wag kang mag-notes in English kasi para masanay yung thought process mo. Kasi pag nag-iisip ka in Korean, mas napapractice ka. Tapos, as much as possible then, try mong magsulat in Hangul or yung Korean characters. Kasi may iba na nahirapan sila, so ginagamit nila ay yung romanized na letters. I think personally, mas matagal kang matututo kapag ganun yung ginawa mo kasi alam mo yun, mas hindi ka masasanay na magbasa or magsulat ng mga Korean characters.
Okay po. So for the last question, is Coursera and EDX certificates about international law, diplomacy, and foreign languages can leverage your application to other participants?
Hmm, well, pwede mo naman siyang isama kasi certificates pa rin yun, pero it's not a guarantee na magkakaroon ka ng leverage over applicants, no? Kasi syempre iba pa rin talaga na yung mga uh, official degrees from a particular university or yung talagang mga official na mga credits yung kinuha mo. Pero ano naman, hindi naman siya masama. Kung gusto mo siyang isama, then why not? Malay mo, maano din, makadagdag din siya sa points mo.
And thank you po, Sir Aldrin, for the responses here in our open forum. And thank you very much, everyone, both here in Zoom and in YouTube, for your active participation. Let us give Sir Aldrin a virtual round of applause. Now, to appreciate his time and participation, let me read the Certificate of Appreciation. The UP Korea Research Center presents this Certificate of Appreciation to Sir Aldrin Joseph Aldea for being a resource person at the 2023 UPKRC Korean Studies Info Session held at the University of the Philippines, Quezon City, Philippines on this 10th day of March 2023. Signed by Ma'am Kyumin Bae, PhD, OIC Director of the UPKRC Research Center. So again, let's give Sir Aldrin a virtual round of applause. Thank you po, Sir Aldrin. Ayan. Now, okay. Yeah. Now to formally conclude po our program today, we will have a photo opportunity for general audiences here in Zoom. If you wish to take a photo together, kindly turn on your camera shortly. Yes, again, while we are waiting for other people to turn on their cameras, we are reminding everyone to kindly fill out the link provided for our evaluation form in the chat box for you to get or to secure a copy of your certificate of participation in today's event. So the link will be open until 5 p.m. today. 감사합니다. Ayan. More people are opening their cameras. So no pressure naman po if you're not available right now, that would be okay. Oh, Miss Pam, Ma'am Day, who will take the picture po?
I will take the picture, Bon. I'm just waiting for the other participants to turn on their camera. So if everyone is, will there be all? Okay, so I'm gonna wait. Okay. Okay, so I'll now count 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. 1, 2. Okay, wait. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
감사합니다. Thank you so much, Aldrin.
Yes, thank you din po, Sansunin.
We will keep in touch via email.